Okay, afternoon everybody, welcome to the van. It's Paul, Van Life Leicester. Today then we're going to talk about a diesel heater again. I'm going to go more in depth this time though. So sometimes my van white smokes as well. My heater is a brand new one and it still seems to white smoke now and again. My heater is Bluetoothed, so I can keep my eye on the case temperature while this is happening. And what I found is if my case temperature, for instance, is at 15 degrees, I'll start my motor, I'll start it up, which engages the glow plug. With the oxygen being fed into it as well, the temperature goes from 15 to 16. It fluctuates between the two. If I have a look on my CCTV camera on the side of my van, I see white smoke. I turn the unit off as soon as the pump starts, and it will turn off instantly, and then I turn it back on instantly, and then the case temperature changes then from 16 to 17, fluctuating. Believe it or not, at just that 1 degree difference, the heater starts, okay, without fail, always on the second time. So I'm just mentioning that, so you don't just, you've got white smoke, so you just instantly start stripping stuff down. Okay, so just try that. If it starts to white smoke, turn it off immediately, and then turn it on as soon as possible straight after. What this does is it allows the glow plug to release more heat into the starting coil, which is this little beauty. You get this when you buy a new spark plug, glow plug, sorry. You get a kit, you get a glow plug spanner and a little Tommy bar that goes through the top there, so you can just nip it up, not overly tight, just you get one of these for hooking out the top of the glow plug, the rubber, which is a bit of a pain, and also you put that in to hook the old one out. When you fit the new one, it's slightly recessed there, so you can slide it on as a locator. Okay, so that's how that works. Right, we're going to get into it then. This is a more in-depth one this time. Like I say, we're actually getting inside the burner on this one, so we're going not only pre-ignition but full ignition on this video, and we're going to see if we can get to the bottom of what's happening. I've got a pretty good idea, so here we go then. So I'm going to undo my heater. This is your power lead, so you've took all these out, it's out the van. Take the top off, gonna quickly lift that out there, pull it out of the box itself, lay it down there. When you take your heater out of the box, just make sure that these little thermal tablets are in place when you put it back in. They're in each corner. These help to prevent heat transfer at the box. Okay, so the box, it can take a lot of heat, but not direct heat. Okay, they do normally fall off. On the max speeding rods one, they actually clip onto these little lugs there, so they're a lot better designed. Okay, so we've got a heater out then. You will have your little doof box on top, so we're going to undo that. I have undone it with the Allen keys just to loosen it off for speed for the video. Then we squeeze these two tabs together, and then that just lifts out. We flip it over, and the back there, see these little tabs, we just press them in and they unclip. Okay, so we've got 3 of those. We've got one for the spark plug, one for the front fan, and one for the case temperature. Okay, so we can put that to one side. That's the thing I was just mentioning. For the hooky thing, we can just get that in there because it is a bit you know, it is a bit dodgy. Just get it under there, and then it might be better actually just to pull it out. So if you struggle, you know, the socket then, the slit down the side is so you can slip it into the wires and then get it over the top of a spark plug. Then we put a little Tommy bar in and we just nip it like that, take it off, and then you can just turn it then by hand, carefully not to snap the wires. Okay, so that's the spark plug out. I have already taken the bolts out for the front case. Okay, we're going to have a better look at the front case in this video with a bit more light. Okay, so as in the last video then, what happens is inside the case the air is drawn through the front of the fan, centrifugally forced out the side. When it's inside the case, that's forced down the side of the heat exchange there, and it comes out the back lovely and warm. Okay, so when it starts up, air goes into there and it also goes into there. This motor on the front there has got two jobs. Okay, its first job is to turn the outside fan to draw the air in. Okay, and there's also on the back another fan there which is connected directly, which is drawing air through the inlet outside of the vehicle. Okay, when the air is drawn in from outside the vehicle, it's forced forwards, like in the other video, into the combustion chamber itself. Okay, we're going to lift this little beauty out. On the last video I was talking about the pre-combustion hole. Okay, so you've got your gauze in there. Let's have a little look. So the gauze is in there, look. This one's in pretty good shape. You can see the air inlet hole just there. Okay, it's nice and clear and free of any debris or unburnt diesel. Okay, so your tool then with the slots in there and locates it. I'm not going to push it all in because it has had a bit of heat in there and they do deform slightly. So, but anyway, so air is drawn through that little hole inside there for pre-combustion. The spark plug, glow plug in there is heating that gauze, which you know, everybody's seen vapes, so it vaporizes the liquid into like a gas mixed with the air. It then goes into the bottom compartment of the main ignition swirl chamber, okay, which we can see down there. Okay, right, got a little bit of a surprise for you in this video because I have another one just there. You can see it down in there. Excuse me. This one I've got my grinder out and slit it open for you. You're welcome. There is a baffle in there. We use baffles in engineering for liquids and gases. Liquids is normally in a marine industry for fuel tanks, and in gas obviously we use it as in say like a muffler or a silencer to redirect the gases into a perforated chamber with basalt. So that's that, but it's the same idea. What the baffle is doing in there, it's sitting on its side there, all lovely, and that, you know, you've got your pre-ignition hole inside, same. Okay, so it swirls around there, it's lighting in there, and then you remember that was when the diesel pump is running low. When the diesel pump speeds up, it's pushing a lot more in there now. The glow plug would have switched off by now. The ignition of the gas inside the chamber is holding it perpetually. Okay, so the baffle then, what the baffle's doing in there is it's slightly it's not allowing the gas to escape at this diameter. Okay, so it's squeezing it down, compressing the gases in there slightly, and then that gives it ignition, main ignition. Okay, and it holds it. You can see where it started to form from the heat, so it's not, you know, it's not hard ox or any kind of boiler steel. It's just normal mild steel. Okay, so inside there then, that's the baffle. Inside there then, we've got another gauze look, and you can see it is starting to just, let's put this on that. Okay, so it is just starting to coke up just on the inlet there. Okay, now on my other video, I put it on Facebook on the 12 volt diesel heater page, and the very kind chap there explained to me about this hidden part that I didn't know about, if I'm honest, and asked me if I wouldn't mind mentioning it. So on his request, I've got my hands on my Mark 1 diesel heater, and just cut it up for the video just to show you. What the gentleman's saying is that this gauze also cokes up quite badly, and I can see from it that it is starting to go a little bit black deathy down there in the back. The heater manufacturers do recommend that you put the heater on like a high setting before shutdown. I know they automatically do start to do that themselves, but they reckon for 5 minutes. He also said that the best way of getting rid of this, or you know, if you obviously you're not gonna, this is a destructive test on this occasion, I am going to put it back in and stick a weld around it and put it back together. I'm not going to throw it away, it's, you know, but the guy did say that you can leave it overnight soaking, just this part, in something like oven cleaner. I've found Mr. Muscle to be a good one. There are others on the market obviously, but you do get what you pay for. So if you buy a, you know, if you can get the same thing cheap, then that's fine, but if you're buying a cheap copy of something that's, you know, then it's a waste of money, isn't it? Beware, any oven cleaner does not like aluminium. Okay, luckily this is pressed steel, so we're okay, but keep on engine cleaning as well, Black Death round injectors. You mustn't, well, it's not advised that you keep your oven cleaner on any aluminium surface for any longer than 20 minutes, which is all well and good, because by the time, you know, 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes has passed, the main part of that chemical reaction has already taken place, so and it has started to degrade. So if you do get this, I would recommend that you take your heater out, spray as much Mr. Muscle into that as you can get in there. I'd recommend maybe using a straw or something off a WD-40 can, get it in there as well, in the pre-ignition. Keep it away from your stainless steel feed pipe, and also make sure that it's clear when you've finished. This might be a good time as well to replace your gauze in the top. Okay, so you can clean all the pre-ignition side of the chamber as well. Okay, so you could actually spray it down there with a straw and into there with a straw. I'd leave it for 15 minutes and then I'd wash it out. I think the best thing would be is diesel. Okay, if you wanted to evaporate the diesel quickly, you could use either brake cleaner or something similar. Okay. Okay, so that wraps it up then. I hope that helped. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.